Okay, there it is.
Did it freeze?
It,
It's fucking frozen.
it's loading.
Oh, there we go. Okay, we're back. Oh, what the fuck? Why is it doing this? Okay,
I
we're
see
good.
it.
Okay, we're back.
I
No, we're
see
back. We're
it.
back. We're good.
I see it.
Oh my god. It was
Okay.
like freezing unless I had Discord up. It was so weird.
Okay.
It's good now.
Well, we're on official.
Are we live?
Officially live.
Ooh.
The internet.
Hey
The
everyone.
inter
Welcome
the
to our
the
podcast.
internet. The internet can join us now.
How are you this week?
I'm good. Happy Freedom Day or whatever you want to call it.
The freedom to get shot at a 4th of July rally? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna bring it up to you. If nobody knows, Mike lives in Chicago. I don't know how far away Highland Park is from you.
Pretty far, like an hour and
Okay.
change. So
So it's
not
not
too
like
close.
it's not close to the
No,
city.
it's like a suburb. It's like a
Okay.
suburb of a different city. It's like not even a suburb of Chicago.
Got it. Well, I definitely thought of you and I pictured you maybe possibly being there just having a good time and just whatever
Dude, there were
after
videos,
that.
like interviews with like a guy who's like, I put my kid in a dumpster and then
Just,
and
it's
then
a great.
said stay here so I can go get the rest of our family.
Oh my
It's
god. I
insane.
mean, great idea. Good move on that dad's part,
Nobody
but
should have to do that shit, man.
right,
Fucking
right.
crazy.
Yeah, and they caught him, no casualty to the guy, so we get to hear what he has to say, which I always think is interesting.
I'm
Um,
sure he's just sad and
right,
lonely.
right. Very sad and really fucked up. And
Right.
obviously, we do not condone. We actually don't even like guns, so
Yeah.
that's
I mean, I get that some people feel like they need to have one to be safe, but there are limits to the types of guns you should be allowed to
yeah.
keep yourself
And
safe
also,
with.
like when stuff like this is happening, it's like, yeah, maybe I should get one.
Right. I mean, there's like, they talk about like, black people deal with the cops differently. And so it's like, kind of makes sense if like a cop's going to bust in your house and kill you, maybe you should have a gun. I mean, that's what happens. That's happened like twice now, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, didn't an off-duty
Uh,
police officer bust into a dude's house and murder him in his home? It's like, okay, yeah, get a gun, I guess. I'm not gonna stop you.
it's things like that that are just. Oh, let me get my coffee. One second, one second.
Yeah, Jayrol needs his coffee, and then we're gonna get into what we're talking about today.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Anyway,
What are we talking about
that
today?
was. Uh, so today we're gonna talk about. We talked about it briefly, like camera comparisons to the XH-2, and we're going to deep dive one, possibly two cameras that are in the same price range. And we'll see what the difference is. I don't really know anything about other cameras.
Well, we've got the
I don't
upcoming XH2 that is pricier than the XH1. It's their priciest camera, right? Except for the GFX series.
official.
Yeah, it's pricier than the X Pro 3. Is the X Pro 3 the price?
Yes, definitely. X Pro 3 is pretty expensive. If you go for titanium edition, which is
Yeah,
like it's like 1800 or something like that. Or 1400, something like that
right,
for the regular black.
right.
Um so yeah, I mean, we don't expect cameras to stay the same price range, right? Like as technology gets better, does price of camera go up or does it level off? That is
I guess I feel a little weird about the XH2 being more expensive because I wanted there's some things I don't need that are in it. So like it's annoying when they like make the whole camera much better with a bunch of stuff that you might not need, and then up the price, and there's no option within the price range you were in. But I mean, I think that's just how it goes.
It's actually a good question. I don't know. I don't know if, I mean, 25. I mean, when I think about when I first started getting into it, and like a 5D Mark II was like $3,000 to $4,000. It's still cheaper than that, right?
Actually, that's true. And that was what year was that?
And that was like almost 15 years ago at this point.
So
right?
honestly, the prices haven't changed much. For like, I
they
guess
haven't
maybe,
changed.
Maybe mirrorless has got cheaper initially, and now is catching back up.
Maybe they know that they can also gouge us because it's a camera. So,
well, it is the top of the line technology that exists right now. So the cameras we're going to look at today do not have a number of things that the XH2 has.
Well, okay. Well, let's find out.
Right, I'm going to pop over to the screen here. Let's see if this works.
Let's start with the Video King. The company that we've dubbed makes not only cameras, but they make washer and dryers, boom boxes, cars, stereos, you name it.
So they must know what they're doing.
Sony is the electronics expert of any kind of electronical entertainment equipment you can think of.
They must know what they're doing.
They definitely know what they're doing. This is the Sony A7 IV, which is different than the A7S because...
Yeah, let's talk about how many goddamn Sony cameras exist. How many can you buy? How many can you buy
listen,
right now?
I was looking at camera comparisons, and I wasn't sure where Sony was in terms of just like how many cameras they have. Okay, so FX3 Alpha 1.
Whoa, what's the FX3?
That's the one we looked at last time.
Oh, yeah. And it looks kind of weird because it's tiny.
It's a cinema body.
Okay.
Alpha 1, a $6,500 camera. I have no idea what that is.
That's their like monster shoots. And I still think the XH2 shoots a faster burst than it, but it's like their burst. Okay. It's like their burst mode, crazy sports.
It's their
nuts camera.
But it's a full frame, right?
It's full frame, which is probably why the burst mode can't keep up.
Okay,
because it's
full frame.
Because it's full frame, which is
A7R4, 61 megapixels, coming at 35. What we're gonna look at today, the A7 IV.
So there's the R. So there's the R4 and there's the 4.
And then there's the S. I don't know. Let's just continue. Yeah. A7 IV. This is 25.
So the S is for speed, which the what's the
I thought the S was originally for the low light camera.
Yeah, isn't that what they mean by speed?
Okay, that makes sense.
But that's okay. What Fuji's doing now. That's why it's the XH2S.
Oh, here we go. The A7S III. So there is no A7S IV yet, but this 3 is still $3,500.
Well, everybody's really excited about the A7S IV coming out, obviously.
Yeah, because it shoots at 5 million quadrillion ISO, just in case you ever need it.
It looks like shit, but it'll do it. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. Okay, so we got the A7 IV here. So this is the closest comparison as far as money?
Price range. Yeah, that I was literally looking at for $2,500. What other cameras can you get?
And that's what matters.
Right. This was published on February 10th, 2022. So this came out earlier this year. So this is technically the same era, right? All these cameras are going to be compared to each other because they should all have the same tech or whatever. 33 megapixels, full frame sensor.
Backside illuminated.
Okay. That's the new thing, right? Everything's backside illuminated.
So immediately they got one up on the XH2, depending on how you
how you look at it,
Full frame,
but it's not.
full frame sensor.
But it's not. Is backside illuminated also stacked? Is that also what that?
It's
Those
no,
correlate.
no, no, no. I don't think so.
Okay,
Let me double
so
check that actually. But keep going. I'll check that out.
like we love cameras, guys, but we are not. I do not read into every piece of information about what
Well,
kind of technology is everything. Like I don't know everything in
well,
terms
like
of like.
we care about what it produces, right? So
Right,
if it
right. More so
matters,
than
and I don't know that this stuff matters much. I think everybody's got backside illuminated now, at least all the big ones. So
I think all that does is just it makes the sensor faster, so they can basically put more information in through the sensor. 10 FPS shooting in lossy RAW with extensive buffer. Okay.
okay,
Um, IBIS. Okay.
their IBIS has always been okay.
Is it good or bad?
It's
Yeah.
okay, but it's full frame, so you're moving a fucking giant. It's like moving a
Huge sensor, right?
giant boat around.
Yeah, I would be interested to see how well the IBIS works, especially if you compare them. We're hoping the XH2 IBIS is worthy
I really hope so.
because
That's the
if I
only
were to,
reason I'm getting it.
yeah, if I were to give like my XT4 an IBIS rating, I'd give it like maybe a 3 out of 5 because if
Yeah,
it fucks you really bad.
yeah, I agree. I mean, I
It
think
looks
the
not
only
good.
reason I use it really now is just to hold the shot still.
Yeah, and
I
that's
don't
really what it's
pan.
for.
I don't
Yeah,
pan. It doesn't look
yeah.
right. So hopefully they fix that stuff and we can actually do
You just
like
have to go slow. I know, like in my head, I was thinking like, all right, this can handle whatever, but you really got to be conscious of just how you're fucking doing it, or else it really does look like shit.
you can get
And
that
you,
stuff out with like post you like do a little bit of stabilization on it as well in post, but
uh-huh.
and actually something we'll talk about, this is off topic, but the Black Magic just upgraded their firmware, which is very Fuji of them, to allow the gyro. They have a gyro inside, and they let you bring the gyro data in to the shot,
Oh,
and then
that's interesting.
and you can automatically stabilize it in post using
Okay,
that data. So
that's
it'd
cool.
be interesting if like Fuji allowed that, or somebody where like not only do you have the IBIS, but you have like that data of the
The
stabilization
actual data,
that
huh?
then you can like stabilize it even more in post. But anyway, um,
It'd be like working together versus it
right,
trying to stabilize the already IBIS
right,
attempt.
right.
Yeah.
Stacked and illuminated are different. So this is not stacked, I guess.
I would assume that a key spec would be stacked, right? That's a big deal.
So
I
it's
mean,
not stacked.
The XH2 is stacked, and that's basically extra processing power, and that's why they can make it shoot so fast. Um, okay, a full width oversampled 4K from 7K up to 30p. What are your thoughts on that, my friend?
Um, it's good.
Yeah.
Full width, it's good. Doesn't crop. That's the Fuji's beat there because it's doing 8K at 30, um,
Well,
but it's got 4K, so it's good.
well, the Fuji is 6K, right?
Oh, sorry, 6K, and it can do 4K, 120.
Okay. So
Which
this is a 4K camera, but it's sampling from a 7K sensor.
yeah, and it can only do 30p
Okay.
max. So that's and if it does, so there that next one, if it does 4K, you can do 60p, but it's got to go in Super 35 mode. Now you're in the same spot as the Fuji anyway. You got crop.
So it's
So
the same spot right there as far as your first slow-mo option.
and less slow mo than the Fuji, and your crop just like the Fuji. So you know,
So
might
there's
as
a
well
give and take there.
might
I
as well get the
like
Fuji.
do you think a full frame 4K image is better than a 6K Super 35 image?
Some people do. I just full frame's got that look, but
It's
you just
so
don't use it. Like I
it's
used it.
so narrow.
Yeah, I used it when we first. I did it all the time when we first started shooting. You remember? And you grow out of it because it's for kids.
Yeah, you also like that's just not. I mean, it depends on what kind of look you're going for, and yeah, you're not as far as video goes. You don't blur out as much as you do for photography. Like it just
Right,
doesn't.
right. I mean, if I was shooting like an epic movie with big landscapes, I could make a case for like I need a full frame sensor in order to shoot these big crazy landscapes or shoot these like scenes, these wide scenes, and still have a little bit of blur in the background. You know, you have like a guy in the foreground. I don't know if you've ever seen a 70 millimeter film shot on 70 millimeter, but you can still get a little bit of background blur even if you're doing like a full wide shot where their whole body's in the shot because you have such a
Yeah.
low depth of field. I can understand that, but for most movies, Super 35 is what that's 35 millimeter film. That's what people shoot on. So it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, when you say that too, I always think about the GFX and what video from that looks
I
like.
would just go
Especially
up to that. I would
if you're
skip
just
right over it.
doing right, if you're just doing like tripod shots, like you're saying, big shots, like interview shots or whatever, why not just step up?
Right.
It's the same size as this camera, so I don't know.
Right. I agree. I mean,
Uh,
I think full frame is. I mean, we've talked about it, but full frame is overhyped. And for video, if we're talking video, which should talk photography too, but if we're talking video, it's overhyped.
I think I mean, we've always said this 1,000 times, and we'll continue to say it, that the technology has caught up to each other. So full frame's difference it really is just kind of a look, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
I get that.
Right.
I
Right.
get
And I do get that too. Yeah. Anyway,
that.
10-bit videos, good.
Yeah, everything has to do it now. If you're not doing it, I don't know what, whatever.
I hate
H dot.
I hate H.265.
It's because nothing can really handle it. Like,
It's too processor intensive. You have to have a full proxy workflow to use those files.
yeah, actually, I've been editing on my iPad, believe it or not, and the iPad can handle the 265 video files way better than any computer that I own.
That's that
I don't
new.
know what
Is that new M
I don't know what it is.
processor Apple put out?
It's not even the M processor. It's
Hmm.
like the 2018 version of the iPad. You remember when we used to do that test and Windows Media Player was like playing videos like straight raw versus
We can't-
like anything else?
We
I mean,
can't talk about that conspiracy theory that we found. We're not allowed to talk about that.
and we just okay, so it's that same thing where I look at it, I'm like, why?
They're gonna shut the stream down if we talk about that for too long.
Right. Viewfinder, no idea what the XH2 viewfinder dots are, but
I don't care. The XH1 looked fine. It's bigger. It's more than the XH1. So then the XH1 looked fine to me.
and I mean, I get it for looking like that, but like
On sunny days, I will do the eyepiece on my
Eyepiece.
face and then hold it if it's really sunny and I want to see what's going on. But rare, and I can only get certain shots doing that. So
Yeah.
I don't use it a ton.
twin card slots, CFE, which I assume is the Express, and then a SD slot.
UHS2. I am not excited about the CFE, honestly, but you said that they're like the same price as the UHS2.
We looked at the prices and they're the same, and if they're faster, then
I just don't want to
great.
buy another card.
Yeah, it's like all the cards you have are basically. I mean, you can still use the SD cards.
I
You
have
probably
the I have the
start with one.
USS2, yeah, and that
Yeah.
should be fine. I might end up doing what you do with the Atomos on the Black Magic.
Oh,
that we
right,
talked
right.
about,
That's
so
even better.
Maybe I don't
That's
even
even
need to do
better.
it, yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to the video section here. So, initial impressions. It seems like a great camera. I don't know what the images look like. I mean, if you want a
Has
full
Sony's
frame,
I should get a Sony and look at it. You think has Sony's color gotten any better?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I was actually at a wedding, working a wedding last week, and the guy I was working with was like, oh yeah, like all the people I work with are switching to Fuji.
Really?
straight up for video for like wedding video work. I was like, makes sense to me. I have no idea if the color has to be better, right? Like,
It's so much better. I mean, I just want to know if
well,
Fuji's color is just
I
as
know.
bad as it was.
Well, I'm saying Sony definitely was not listening to people talking about their color science. So there has to be
Right.
a point where they've at least done away with that. Because what camera was that you had that was like had that
The
green tint to
the
it?
original A7S was like always green or yellow, and you
Mm,
couldn't get rid of it. Like I just couldn't get rid of it. S-Log. It was S-Log, dude. It sucked. Maybe
it's
S-Log
just
3
like
is good. Maybe the new S-Log 3 is good.
S-Log, yeah.
Well,
So
let's assume. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's assume the color's fine. They
color's
fixed
the same,
they
right?
they fixed the problem and it's fine.
They're equal.
Right.
So you're basically choosing between either a 6K Super 35 or a 4K full frame. Like that's literally pretty much the only difference.
Right.
Um, other than of course you can get the 120 frame 4K now on the XH-2,
That's huge.
which
I mean, I think that's the first camera that can do it straight to card. First
you had mentioned
mirrorless.
that you don't use that slow very often. I like the look, so depending on if the slow mo is important to you, I mean, to have the option is obviously awesome.
I took some footage of a storm last night and got a crazy lightning bolt.
We should have started the show off with
I'll
the
show it. I'll show it at the end.
with the pick of the day or whatever.
I got this bolt, and I wished I shot it at 60, and it was still too fast. And I wish I
It's
had
too
the
fast.
120
Right.
for the bolt.
Right.
It looks good. Though. I'll show it. I'll show that shot at the end.
Do we want to talk about autofocus or what? I mean,
What about? I mean, I don't use it. Do you?
I
How
don't use
about
it either.
for photo though? Do you use it photo?
Oh yeah, I mean, do people complain about autofocus for photo? It's
I mean, they always show those tests where you have a guy running at you.
I just I don't know, man.
Do you ever miss? So you're at a.
I
Let's say you're shooting an event or whatever, or you're shooting whatever, and you
do I ever miss?
do. You,
Yeah, of course
what's
I
your, is your
miss.
miss rate?
Yeah.
Is your miss rate consider like? Do you care at all about your miss
No,
rate?
I
Okay,
don't give
well,
a no, I don't give a shit. Like it doesn't change anything for me. Like
right.
I get that autofocus is like people like the eye autofocus and like, I don't even
X
use that cuz I don't
XH2's got the cat and dog.
it's weird for me to like instead of me choosing the autofocus, I'm letting the camera dictate what it's gonna focus on, what it thinks is an eyeball. So if it's like if I have multiple people or I'm like trying to capture something, I don't want it to attempt to capture an eyeball or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just me though. I mean, maybe it's good. I don't shoot anything that's crazy fast like that. And if I do, I attempt to use my natural born ability versus just 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 continue to refocus. I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird thing for me. I don't get it.
Autofocus for video is similar for me, like, but I just don't use it because it doesn't know what it doesn't know what I want.
How does it know what you
It has
want?
no idea.
It has no idea.
I was told, I think, did you tell me Sony? No, somebody else was telling me. Sony does have this ability, which I've never tried it, and the guy was saying is really good. This guy was, I don't know, he was not great otherwise. I think he's like a white guy, threw the N-word around on this set a lot, which was really upsetting. But um, he was telling me that Sony has this thing where the autofocus will do it, but you can like take control of the autofocus. So if you grab the focus ring, you can like help it. I don't know if it's good. He was saying it's awesome. He was a Sony guy, so I was like, whatever. But.
So as soon as it misses, you can recapture and
Right.
I mean, then at that point, it's like
Right, you've already missed it.
I
I
mean,
would
we
already
should
have
talk
it.
about. Let's talk about one of the next shows. Let's talk about autofocus versus manual focus, and we can show some clips
Okay.
and just say like, here is I mean, I don't know.
Get,
We
yeah, we'll look up some clips because I've heard Canon's autofocus is actually pretty good, but I don't know. Like
I
it is
just
interesting where you can like tap and set like, oh, I want this in focus all the time, and then it follows it and like keeps it in focus.
yeah, yeah.
But the moment
But
it
then
doesn't, the moment it loses it,
I almost I'm also like, then what are you doing exactly? As far as like a camera
oh, I
operator.
agree completely.
Like
Where's the art at that point, right?
you're just I mean, yeah.
Anyway,
Um
well, yeah, we should do another episode on that. That's a good idea.
let's see. Okay, 25 30, yeah, 60p only available. Yeah.
Sorry, crop in,
Yeah, crop in. Um
dude. The
breathing compensation mode. Hmm.
what does that mean?
It says it's useful if you're
Oh,
primarily planning on using high-end Sony lenses.
well, there's another $10,000 you're going to be putting in. Oh, I think what it's saying is, focus breathing, where the when you zoom in, the image changes.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's saying it'll compensate for that. Whatever,
Why would the high-end Sony lenses?
because it knows it can like tell when you're zooming. Yeah, and also they're
So
high end. Why do they breathe?
that's my point. What is the price of a high-end Sony 50
Zoom. No, you need a
1.2?
zoom. It's got to be a zoom.
Oh, it's got to be a
High end
zoom.
Sony zoom. Do like the
High
24 to 70 or whatever.
Sony zoom 24 to 70.
Yeah.
All right, we need the G Master. Okay, so it's a cool $2,300.
Less than the camera at least. Same price. Same price as the camera.
I
And it's
would
2.8.
yeah, I would never spend that kind of money on a zoom lens.
I can't stand zoom lenses because they're all fucking 2.8.
Uh, I mean, what else is there to say? Like, this is the kind of the thing, right? Like, all the cameras are kind of caught up, like, as far as tech goes. So it's like, really, what does it look like when you're actually shooting it? And then, like, what does it look like when it comes out?
Yeah.
And, like, because we can look at stats all day long and be like, cool, yeah, that stat looks good. That 4K looks good, but, you know, and I guess that also brings in just the question of just like it's really not about the camera, anymore. It's like the camera is there to give you a better looking image, but really, you know, what are you shooting with it? Like
Yeah. I
if
wonder.
I'm
Oh, go ahead.
no, go for it, go for it.
I wonder what the like this review. It sounds like there's some things they don't like. If you go up, there's like the things we don't like, and video stabilization struggles with intentional camera movement, which is what we were talking about.
I think that's just IBIS. Like IBIS for photography is cool. That's great, right? Like shit's not moving usually, and it just helps you. But like, yeah, that intentional camera movement because it's compensating for movement, right?
Right.
But
So
when
it's
you're
weird. It doesn't
so
know.
how does
It doesn't know what you want to do. It doesn't know that you want
It
to pan
doesn't
or
know.
whatever. Yeah.
It doesn't know.
Anyway, I think it's comparable, but clearly Fuji beats it in a number of ways. So really, all you're getting out of this is 4K 30 full frame video, and
Full frame.
Otherwise, the Fuji beats it in every.
The
in
full
every
frame
case.
is all you're looking for. That's pretty much the case that this has, right?
And it's only going to be 30p, and so you're limited on your full frame use.
Oh, because once it goes to 60p, it's the same as.
Crops in, and now you're in Fuji territory.
Do you ever use 60p?
Yeah,
Just
all the time.
just like
I use it.
over 24, like.
No, like I use 24. If I'm doing handheld stuff with IBIS, I use 60p because again, I can stabilize it in post, and the more frames you have,
It looks
the
better.
easier it is to stabilize. The
And
problem
then you
is,
drop it.
yeah, you drop it back down to 24. The problem is I don't like the higher shutter look.
Yeah, of course.
So it's not ideal all the time because like sometimes you do it and then you go back to 24 and then it looks like the choppy shutter a little bit.
Okay, you can tell. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. I actually like with my drone, I switched to the 60 I think I switched to the 60 because the 24 it just it doesn't look right because of how fast I think the drones move.
Interesting.
And I can kind of see it like missing a little bit, if that makes any sense. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
24 doesn't look smooth. And then when I do the 60 and then I drop it in, it has like that smooth, it has a much smoother look. Um, but that's also interesting. Again, that's like those are the things that these like camera reviews won't tell you because you only get that shit when you're actually doing stuff with it and you're looking at it.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing about. I think that's what you were saying, and I agree. Like these camera reviews are terrible. You gotta use the camera, and all of the opinions that I have about cameras are because I've used the camera, not
Right.
because the review doesn't tell me anything. Like I used the EOS R recently, and that camera sucks for video. Like it looks good.
R.
Like it looks good. I think the image
Yeah.
out of the new Canon mirrorless actually looks really good, but it just you can only do the R is like their cheap one, and it's $2,500 still, and you can.
Seems to be the most expensive, actually, when you're actually starting to compare all this stuff.
Oh yeah, easily to get
Especially if you want to go for the lenses that they are dropping, which are obviously Canon makes great lenses. So
the
I don't
R
know, you're
lenses are
already
crazy expensive.
yeah, they're crazy expensive.
So that's the other advantage Fuji has. I mean, of all the things, like not only are you're just going to spend less on lenses, on the camera, and you're going to get as many features, if not more features, for the money. So it just seems it was an easy choice for me when you convinced me. It's like this is so much better.
Did I?
Yeah, you got me on
Yeah.
Fuji.
Yeah, it's true. I just when you if you are considering like budget, which at my age I really don't like spending that
Yeah,
much money,
I
it
agree.
kind of it kind of plays a big part,
Yeah, and I've
you
already
know.
got these lenses now. I don't want to buy new lenses.
Yeah.
I'm just glad
I
Fuji's still keeping it real.
yeah. Did you I mean people have been getting the XH2. Have you gotten any notifications? I saw somebody with a picture of it. It looks sick.
Let's see. It does look cool. I mean, if we wanted to end this with a quick conversation about how it looks, people are complaining about the PSAM dial, and I just don't give a shit.
Saying what?
Like it doesn't, Fuji's lost their edge or whatever.
We talked about this, I think,
Yeah,
already, but
yeah.
it's a video camera. If you're getting that camera, you're getting it for a video camera. I mean, the dials are
Says processing. I don't know what that means. It hasn't charged my card yet,
okay. So
but it's
coming soon.
we're preparing your order for shipment.
So next week probably.
Maybe we'll have one in hand next week for our.
We're gonna try to pop in for a unboxing. We'll see if we can
Yeah.
get this. We'll see if we can get this thing like up and running, like for an unboxing, which probably not, but
Well,
we're
I have
going to
it. I have a pretty
attempt.
good setup now. I think we're good.
Okay. And if I can't be there,
I'll just
I
do it.
think you
Yeah.
should just come on the camera and do it
All right, I'll
because
do it. Deal.
I think an unboxing would be fun. Even though
Um,
like Fuji doesn't put shit in their box anymore. Does it come with a charger?
I'll just put it all back in the box for when we get on.
You know the XT4 didn't come with a charger.
It didn't.
They like forget
Fuck.
it.
I do have one, so I guess it's fine. Oh no, it's new batteries. Ah, fuck.
Yeah, yeah. That's okay. The wasabi is already caught up. The problem was like when I got the XT4 right when it dropped, so
Oh, it's the same battery as the.
yeah,
Okay,
so China hadn't produced
but
the
now
wasabi
they're
yet.
up and running. Okay.
Oh yeah, I got plenty. Yeah, you end up with like 50 of those chargers. And you're like, what do I have all these
I
chargers?
have 6 original Fuji batteries. That's it.
Yeah,
And they were so
yeah.
expensive. Remember, I bought them when we were on that trip to Tijuana. I was like, I just
You
need
needed
batteries.
that shit. Yeah.
But I had to buy they didn't have any third parties at Sammy's. So, yeah, I
Is
don't
there
know.
anything? I mean, do we want to? I think like we could look at this Black Magic real quick.
Okay. Yeah, this
Uh,
one's also in the price range. But I mean, So the only thing I don't like about this is I need a hybrid camera. I don't need one, but I want
So
one.
it comes. So so this now is taking away the photography end. You're saying
There's no
straight
photography
up.
in this. Yeah, I mean it's not a photo camera. You can't shoot any
Got
photos with
it.
it.
Got it. I mean, I've never used one. It looks like it. I mean, it looks like it.
It looks so
Got the shutter
stupid. It
button.
looks so
It
fucking
looks this.
stupid. Why did they make
Why?
it? I mean,
Why?
you're 3 generations down now. Like, change it. This looks terrible. I love the camera. I do. I use it. I'm using it right now. I love this camera, but it looks like
What?
garbage.
Who makes this? Is it made in
Australia.
Japan?
Australia.
Australia. Interesting.
I think they're great, and they do firmware updates constantly, just like Fuji. And I think they're doing good stuff. Like the included ND filters are pretty cool. Although
Oh yeah, it's really cool.
I can't do without a speed booster, so that's not.
Oh, so you can't even use it.
It's not for me. Like these and they only do EF, right? I have the 4K, which is the MFT, so you can put the Micro Four Thirds, so you can put a speed booster on it, and I love a speed booster because it gives me I can take it off, and then I get five different lenses.
Yeah, you get double the lens kit.
And I don't have any EF lenses, and I'm just not gonna buy them. I'm just not gonna buy EF lenses.
Wait, so what mount is
EF.
yours?
Micro Four Thirds. Mine's Micro Four Thirds. That's
Got it.
That's that one. See the littler one?
Yeah.
And then these are EF, which one of them you can actually get a speed booster for. It like fits in that little hole, which is weird. But the one with the ND filters, you cannot put a speed booster in it. Although it's Super 35 lens. It's just you just need to have wider lenses, I guess.
Yeah, right. I mean, this is the same price. So again,
It's a great camera. It's an amazing camera. I mean, like
probably comparable.
If you shoot a lot of video and you like to be on the go, I mean, it's a nice, lightweight camera that will shoot for, depending on whatever battery you put on it, it'll just shoot for that long. I mean, you're going to have to put more money into it, that's for sure. I mean, I guess you could roll just with the camera.
God, it looks like shit.
It's better than the old one, the one I have, the 4K, the batteries are garbage. I mean, they last 20 minutes, if that.
Oh, really?
I think the new one might be more usable, maybe like 40 minutes, but do you really want to be swapping the battery out every 40, 50 minutes?
No.
Right. So you're going to end up setting it up with a full, like we showed with our rig video, like a full battery setup.
I think everybody will be rigging it out most likely, right?
Well, like I don't rig my
my
XH1 out, and I don't know if I'm going to rig my XH2 out because I like the Blackmagic rig. Again, my whole setup's going to change once I get this thing. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it. I might sell it. I might sell my Blackmagics. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Do these have IBIS in it?
No. That's the other thing.
Interesting.
If they need to come out with a better looking IBIS included. I think PL mount might be the way to go for them in the future.
Oh, PL.
Yeah. The video lens or the movie lens mount.
Here's one comment after Googling it. So annoyed that I have to return my Blackmagic 6K Pro. I just got tired of looking at the blue screen.
No, they fixed that.
What does that mean? Oh, okay.
That.
What does that mean?
It had a blue tint when they first shipped it.
Oh,
it had like a blue.
God.
The back LCD was blue.
Got it.
All the time. And then they released
terrible.
a firmware update and fixed it. But
okay, so this is the same price, 6K, no IBIS, only video camera, and looks like shit. I mean, you wouldn't want to walk around with that thing for a photo camera to begin with.
Once it's rigged out, you don't even see the body anymore, so it doesn't matter. But I actually do use the grip, so I mean,
yeah,
the little hand.
Right.
I use that hand grip side for grip, so it actually is not terrible. But just give me a box. Just give me a box, dude.
Weird. Yeah, it makes sense.
And their other one looks shitty too. Go up. The fucking the big buy looks like shit too.
This one?
Yeah. Why does it look like that?
It's just like a regular.
It looks like it's
the Ursa.
It looks like it's in a 90s sci-fi movie.
12K though, dude.
Dude, the 12K?
PL.
I've considered getting that as well.
But those 6K, you're looking at a completely different price range for
Yeah, but that's a giant image you're getting.
It's so insane.
It's insane.
Looks pretty sick. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think again, after looking at everything, this is the only camera you cannot get a Canon camera at the price range. You definitely cannot get one that can compare to the XH1 or XH2. This is the only one that compares to it, and after me and you have looked it over, just looking at the text, you're either going to take the full frame or the crop. That's your choice. And
I think
uh
another one to look at is the GH6 that just came
oh,
out.
the GH6, but it's a micro four thirds. I don't know. Is it really?
I mean, that's what the Black Magic is. With a speed booster, it's great. You know, you just have to get a speed booster for it.
Yeah, GH6. Well, maybe we can separate them. Maybe we will look at the
Yeah,
GH6 and
I don't think today, but like we can. I think
yeah,
it's one to consider
another
because
consider. Yeah.
it's in the price range. I don't think it comes again anywhere close to the specs, but I think it's a better choice than the Sony if you don't want Fuji.
I think for me, you can't take pictures with a micro four thirds lens. It just does not look. I mean, maybe now it looks better, but remember
With
the GH5 photos just did not look good.
with a speed booster,
We have somebody in the
you
chat.
we do. What are they saying?
He said, "You dudes
Nice.
are great. What's up, Anthony? Thanks
Uh,
for being our number one."
and only. Well,
Uh,
to Anthony and whoever else might watch this, if you have any other things you'd like us to talk about,
yeah, yeah. Wait a second, Anthony. If you're watching,
what should we talk
how did
about?
you? Yeah, how did you find this? And like, what? What do you shoot? Why are you watching?
We've got some old subscribers. Maybe he's a subscriber from back in the day.
Long time subscriber, you just said.
Nice,
Look
dude.
at that.
We're back, baby. Hope you like it.
Yeah, we're back. We were, sometimes life catches up, and we're trying to catch up after the fact now. So,
Mm-hmm. All right.
um,
Well, should we?
but yeah, I mean, thanks for commenting, but we're about to hop off. If you have an idea, you let us know what you want us to talk about, and we will attempt to spew our few words into it. Oh. I don't know, but
It's too far. This is good though.
okay, he shoots a Leica SL2, so maybe we can talk about that next week.
Like SL2.
That's a big boy photography camera, man. So
Oh my god. It's a seven.
Anthony's
That's a
not
$7,000 camera, bro.
Anthony's not fucking
I'm
around.
not.
He put
I'm impressed.
he put a S at the end, so that tells me he has multiple.
Well, some people just have a fucking load of money, which I mean, good for you. Yes.
Oh, the SL2S, not SL2s. Got it. All right. Well, bye, friends. We'll see you. We'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Bye.
I'm gonna stop the stream.